Hi guys, welcome back. We now switch into a new topic, exception handling in C#. What is an exception? An exception is an issue that occurs during the execution of a program. To explain, let's consider that a program is expecting a number, but you are supplying a string. So if you are supplying a string, when the program is expecting a number, the program may crash. And that is called an exception in the program. These type of situations should be prevented in the program by handling exceptions and also by validating the input from the user. In order to overcome these exceptions, what we can do? We can validate the data. We can make sure that proper type of data is entered by the user. That is, when the program expects a number, programmer should make sure that the user is entering a numerical type data. That can be done in two steps, by handling exceptions and by validating data. In this lecture, we are going to discuss exceptions. So if you look here, if a nurse give a wrong IV drip into a patient, the patient can die. That's the same issue with a program. If the program is supplied with the wrong data, the program can crash. Now, in order to understand exceptions, let's create a simple console application in C# to find the sum of two numbers. We have an application named AppException. We will use this application to read two numbers and find the sum. Let's declare the necessary variables. num1, num2, and sum, all of integer types. Let's read the first numbers. Console.write, enter the first number. Enter the first number, and in the same way we can read the second number. So we need a console.writeLine statement. num1 equals convert dot 2 in 16 of console.readLine. Okay, now let's read the second number. I'm just copying this. Just change this to 2. And here we make it as second. Okay, now let's find out the sum. Sum equals num1 plus num2. Then just display the sum. Console.writeLine of sum. Then just finish the program with a console.readKey statement. Let's run this program and see how it behaves if we input an invalid type of data. Okay, enter the first number. Here I'm entering a numerical value 3. Enter the second number. Here I'm entering a string, say 4. Let's see what happens when I press enter. It has resulted into an error. See, what's the error showing? Input string was not in a correct format. And it is showing which line has caused this issue. num2 equals convert dot 2 in 16 of console.readLine. This statement has resulted into an exception, and that exception is system.formatException. What's the reason for this? The data that you supplied in response to the num2 is not in a correct format. You have supplied the value 4, F-O-U-R. It's a string that is not able to be converted into an integer value. It cannot be converted into a numerical data. That's the issue which has resulted into the system.format exception. So the reason for that exception was the program was expecting an integer number in response to this statement, but the input was a string 4. Now, the error that has occurred, the exception that has occurred is system.format exception. These type of exceptions should be properly managed in a program to prevent the application from crashing. In the next lecture, we will discuss various types of exceptions that can occur in a C# program. Thank you guys. That's all in this lecture. We'll see you in the next lecture.